I'm here with Rhonda Kircher at the Just Good Trade store, and she's going to tell us a little bit about her products and how they help benefit women from all around the world.
Well, everything in here is certified fair trade, so that means that they're made in developing countries. Mostly, we have a lot of things from Kenya, Uganda, several African countries, several South American countries. Most everything comes from below the equator, Guatemala, Ecuador. And because it's certified fair trade, that means that we buy directly from the vendors that the artisans work for. They are paid well for the work that they do. They're treated well and with respect. There's no sweatshops involved. There's absolutely no child labor involved in any way. So that helps them to not only improve their personal lives, but also the lives of their community. So
it seems like a lot of these women are able to actually even entwine their own cultures, because you can tell when it comes from a different country. It has a different look to it.
Yes, it does. Especially we have clothing from Africa, we have clothing from India. You can tell which one is which. The Africans, the African clothing, it has their unique stamp on it. Fabrics. The Indian, they use Indian fabrics. They have their own patterns on them. And even some of the tablecloths in the back, some of them are South American, some of them are from India. You can definitely tell where the culture switch is.
Now, you said they're careful about child labor laws. Now, in these countries, they probably don't have child labor laws.
There are no child labor laws.
Yeah.
So because we're using fair trade, there's a fair trade federation that's kind of the watchdog to make sure that everybody is doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Do you get to hear of certain personal stories or what some of these women do with the money they earn?
Some of the women who make the shoes that we sell here, in Africa you have to pay for your kids to go to school. If you don't have the money to pay for them, they get locked out. We have a lady that has been working on the shoes that she was able to send all of her children to school. That helps a lot.
Did you know how many children she had?
5.
All right, so you have a lot of items in here, I'm noticing. Are these all handmade?
Everything in here is handmade. There's nothing made in a factory. It's somebody has touched everything in here. So everything has a story.
Now, I've heard a lot about how you have amazing coffee and chocolate. Can you tell me about those?
Well, we have organic chocolate and coffee, and those are all from South America and some from Africa. We also have, going off on that, we have baking kits. I got baking mixes and soup kits. And those are the only thing in here that are not made out of the country. Those come from Denver, Colorado. It's the Women's Bean Project, and they are in here because they are a nonprofit organization who help women who are chronically unemployed or they're getting out of abusive relationships and they're starting their lives over.
The store is all about new beginnings for women.
New beginnings for women and helping people.
You were telling me about Amy Kay, who used to own the store. Can you tell me how the store wound up in your hands?
Well, I met Amy Kay before I had ever been in the store, and I ended up shopping with her here, and I was getting married, and we found out that I found out she was ordained, so we had talked to her about performing our wedding ceremony. And then about 3 months before the wedding, she announced that she was moving back to Kansas, where she has her store now. And so my husband my fiance at the time suggested that we just go ahead and buy the store, and here we are.
Now, does he help you?
No. He comes in and he takes out boxes, or if I need it, like one of the tall light bulbs changed, that kind of thing, he helps me.
But he went ahead and said, okay, honey, have a store now.
Yeah, it was his idea, and I had never done retail and was sitting in an office in an ag business, and
now you're here.
Now I'm here.
Do you enjoy it? Have you been able to keep a regular customer base in
here? Oh,
here?
yeah, and this isn't a job for me. It's fun to be here. I mean, who wouldn't love to be in here?
It's got to be very comforting, too, because a lot of the money you take in here has actually gone back to other women.
Right. So, I mean, by us still being here, Jacksonville, the surrounding communities, they're still helping as much now as they were when Amy Kay was here, and I know everybody loves Amy Kay and Mrs. Amy Kay, and I was happy to be able to keep the store here.